My name's Tom McLeod.
When you know about Canada Premier League compared with MLS, what is your opinion about that?
So I think the idea of having the CPL is great, especially for Canada to be able to host the World Cup in 2026. Right, the biggest thing is they're trying to build the culture in Canada, and right now the CPL in certain parts has done really well, right? But overall, especially with the York 9, our local team, have actually lost a lot of money. They aren't getting the revenue maybe that they predicted, right? And I think the MLS signing Messi, especially recently, they're really starting to promote it. It's becoming a lot bigger. I think the CPL is pretty far away from that. I don't think it will reach that level without the money invested, but the idea of it's a great idea.
Okay, good to know. So we see that Canada Premier League, CPL, they're trying their best. Everybody see. Do you think if they bring out the self with everything they have, do you think they can meet the standard of MLS bringing the superstar all over the world to come and play in Canada Premier League? What do you think?
I don't think, especially as of right now, it won't be possible. As I said, the culture is the biggest thing. And although that isn't as big in the state, it still is at a certain base point, which it isn't here yet. Right? You compare it to the likes of England, for example, where following your team is almost like a cult, right? And that's something that hasn't fully been found in the States, and especially not in Canada, surrounding football. So I think it's going to be pretty hard to attract these big players when you aren't able to get as big as crowds, as big as money invested. But I think it's heading in the right direction, especially hosting the World Cup in 2026 is going to help this. So I think it's heading in the right direction, but it's going to be quite a while to attract the likes of Messi, Ronaldo, and so on.
That's a very good opinion. And the last question, okay, Canada is among the people that is going to hold the World Cup 2026. Do you think we'll have a very better domestic league right now, that they're up to the standard for the World Cup? You know, when you have a very good domestic league in your country, definitely you can bring out the best to represent the country. What do you think about that?
So regarding that, I feel right now, well, the reason we got the CPL is majority because we want to be able to host the World Cup in 2026, and to be able to do so, you have to be able to have a domestic league. So that's why I believe is the main reason they introduced it. And I think that's one of the problems towards Canada's potential success with how big of a nation we are, because the likes of England, the amount of academies they have. And here you have the CPL now, but when you look at youth academies, you only really have TFC, Vancouver, and Montreal. These academies are kind of there with the CPL, but it's not directly related to the likes of the OPDL and so on. So I think the biggest thing, they have to look to grow the academies here. They have to really invest in youth soccer, and you go ahead with that, it will increase the level of the CPL, right? And that will ultimately lead to talent they bring out in the Canadian national team to lead to success.
So that's good. Nice hearing from you, and we really appreciate your time. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.